Hi guys, how are you today? Happy Friday. It's Friday the 13th, June 13th, 2025. I'm just recording this. Welcome to my channel. My name is Jasmina from Jasmina Astrology. I'm a practicing astrologer from Canada. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I gonna make a short video today about the upcoming summer solstice, the longest day of the year in Northern Hemisphere. It's officially summertime when Sun enters the sign of Cancer. So I want to talk about Cancer season in general, what Cancerian energy is all about, especially with now Jupiter being in Cancer as well. And then I'm going to talk about, I'm going to show the chart of the ingress of the Sun into Cancer and what would be the flavor. So some of us astrologers want to look uh, um, when Sun enters any of the cardinal signs. It's beginning of the season, so we always like to look at that chart to see what will the next 3 months be all about and what will be the flavor of the season. Hi Argentum, welcome. It's nice to have you here again. Welcome, welcome. I apologize, my camera, the one that I usually use, is not working yet. I feel that the upcoming Uranus-Mars square that's coming this upcoming weekend is really showing through technology as well. A lot of breakups, a lot of shocking things happening with technologies as well. It's like Mercury retrograde on steroids, I feel, with this square. Okay, let's start. So the Sun will enter Cancer at 10:42 p.m. Eastern Time on the June 20th, next Friday. It will be the 21st already in Australia and Europe. So depending on where you are, 20th or 21st of June. And we are entering Cancer season. When Sun, when what is Sun? Sun is about our consciousness, our confidence, our drive. It's about who we are, the core of ourselves. So every time that the Sun changes signs, we kind of shift as well. Okay. Oh, you backed up your, yes, that's very good actually. I need to do it as well. It's been crazy. I feel Uranus, and Uranus is coming into Gemini on July 7th, and it's going to be really close approaching my Moon and Mercury. So everything is happening. That's another story. That's going to be for some other video. Okay, so let's talk about Cancerian energy. What I love about this is that we had Jupiter also enter Cancer on June 9th. So we have this coexistence between Jupiter and Sun on the opening of summer season. Jupiter loves being in Cancer. He's exalted in Cancer, and Cancerian energy is all about family and home and security. It's about an ancestor. It's about history. It's about home. Not the physical house. Yes, the physical house, but also where we feel at home. Where do we feel safe and secure? It's about how we nurture ourselves. It's about self-care. It's about self-love as well, and it's all about our roots and foundations. Is where are we coming from? Okay, it's about our childhood. It's about memories. It's about history. um, so during I don't know if you noticed, but during summer and Cancer series, we always spend more time with our families. Even when we were kids, we went to school, and then the summer comes, and then we all of a sudden travel with our parents or spend some time with grandparents. And that's kind of that Cancerian feeling of reconnecting with family. Many reunions, weddings happened also during Cancer season. So it's all about spending time with your loved ones. It doesn't have to be particularly somebody you're related to by blood, but somebody who you consider to be your family. Okay, so that's another thing. The downside of this is that it's good. We are surrounded with people we feel comfortable with, safe with. It's all good. But on the downside of this, it can bring things from the past. We can reminisce about the old times, and then we can get stuck in the past in somehow, right? In some way. So it's also about being nostalgic, and then we can sulk and be kind of longing for the past to come back, and you remember the saying, in the good old days, which I don't know which good old days and who talked about good old days, but it's that kind of a feeling, those good old days. Like we kind of um, forget that there was also troubles in the past as well. We kind of like to have this beautiful picture of Cancerian season of being something homey and cozy and comfortable. It's also about food, because food was one of the first things. Was we were nurtured by our mother's milk, or by our mothers and fathers feeding us when we were just babies. So there's this sense of food connection with food as well, and I can vouch for that. I have Venus and Jupiter in Cancer. I really am a foodie, 100%. I love to cook. I love to bake. I love to eat. I enjoy when I travel. I need to experience the food of the region. I always like to see locally what is happening, and especially homemade food. That's something extra for Cancerians. I like to make like a home cooked meal, or if somebody invites me to their home and they cook for me, I feel that's extra special. So that's something that we share with Cancer season as well. As any water signs, Cancerians as well are really affected by the environment. So what is happening around you? Who are you spending your time with? How is your environment? Is your home feeling cozy enough? If you travel, is your hotel going to be cozy? Some people really don't like sleeping outside of their beds. Usually Taurus and Cancerians are those kind of people, because they like their own pillow, they like their own blanket. So that's kind of a thing. So everywhere we go, we want to feel comfortable and cozy and at home, right? What else? So as any crab, remember how they go, they pinch you if they're not happy. So they have to be very careful, because you're not expecting it. You're just seeing they're like strolling around, and then all of a sudden, if you do something to the Cancerians that they don't like, they kind of like pinch you, because they're not very assertive in a physical way like Aries. They're also very cardinal signs, so they want to do things as well and initiate things, but have a different motivation. Aries is more oriented of winning, of being more competitive, and having a battle to see who is best in a battle. Cancerians is more about protecting, so they're more on the defensive side. So if you watch soccer, you know that there's offense and defense. So offense is more Aries, and defense is more Cancerian. So they're like they're very protected of anything and anybody they care about, so people and things as well. So just think about it, during Cancerian season we might be also maybe overly protected. Maybe instead of we then have a tendency to mother and smother others as well. And because they care so much, and they're showing they care. If they don't feel loved or appreciated, they can be a little bit aggressive. So I know it's always said that Cancerians can be passive aggressive, just because I did this for you and this is how you repay me, or there's this sense of Cancerian energy. What else did I write down? Oh yeah, they love antiques, anything old, because it's connected with history, right? So they're just like Capricorns, everything old. So that's very, yes. So you probably, you maybe go to the memory lane and see, it's actually a very good exercise during Cancer season. If you spend actually time with your blood family, that you go and research maybe your family tree, your ancestry, where you're coming from. What did your ancestors do? Maybe you feel some kind of resemblance or connection. I know through astrology we can go and see the charts of your grandparents and grandparents and your parents and everybody. There's a lot of astrological connections, and maybe just by talking, even if you don't know their birth data, just by talking maybe to someone from the family, they can tell you something, and then you can see the resemblance to that as well. Yes, so it's also about maybe establishing your own family. Yes, we are coming from somewhere. Everybody came from somewhere, but then it's also this need to have your own home, as I call it, the nook. It's a little nook. So maybe, oh, what are you, Argentum? That's what you're doing. There you go. So that's resemblance to you, yeah. So maybe you want to make your find your own nook. Maybe you're thinking about your purchasing your home, especially now with Jupiter being in Cancer as well. We might feel the need even more, right? So remember, Jupiter enlarges everything. So this need for security, this need for finding a home is going to be bigger. It's going to expand. And we're gonna, so this is for the next year, but it's gonna start now because Jupiter and Sun are meeting for this solstice. And we're gonna have this feeling, I think, not even just for the season, but for the whole year. With Jupiter there. And what I love about Cancerian energy is that they're actually great listeners. They like to share stories, they like to listen to the stories. They're usually great parents and grandparents as well. uh yeah, what else did I write down? Like any other sign, there's always a little bit of sometimes if we overdo it. So that's what I'm thinking with this Jupiter now. If we don't find balance of any of our planets in our chart, if we cannot find balance, or if we are stretching too much, or thinking too much, or nurture too much, right? It can be on a downside as well, right? um okay, what did I want to say? I think that's it from, oh, another thing that is very important for Cancers is about being very patriotic. So it's their roots. So it's not only a family they're coming from, but also the countries they're coming from. So Cancerians are very patriotic usually, or they're very attached to the land, to the country they were born in, or the country they grew up in. Okay, so there's always this kind of yearning for the past, and that's also a very good connection with Cancerians. Okay, so think about all of this when you enter Cancer seasons, just because it's going to be maybe more highlighted, and especially this year because of the Jupiter there. So I'm gonna share the screen. I'm gonna okay, there you go. So this is the chart of the summer solstice. As you can see here, the sun is 0 degrees Cancer. As always, I put the Aries 0 point chart. It's like a world chart. So disregard the house placements. This is just like a world view, right? But this is not particular for your place where you live or for your particular chart. So think about that. As you can see, Jupiter is here at 2 degrees of Cancer. Sun is coming up. So there's like a this expansion of who we are, of our consciousness, of maybe even of confidence, expansion of maybe being more generous. And what I also love about this chart, there are some hardships as well, but let me go through good points as well. Is that we have the solstice is ruled by this moon in Taurus of 0 degree, so that's also very significant. Moon loves being in Taurus. Moon is exalted in Taurus, so there's like, and it's a beautiful sextile between them. So there's like a lot of opportunities. Moon is also it's a Cancerian, right? It's a luminary that it's ruled by Cancer. So it understands the needs. So there's like a sense of the sun and the moon understanding each other, working together, through sensibility, sensitivity. They're more receptive. So this gives me a sense, especially if in the mundane astrology, because the moon represents the people and the sun usually represents the governments. So I would say there is going to be an opportunity, because it's a sextile, we still have to work for it. There's going to be opportunity for some kind of healing or consensus or some kind of um, peace, maybe. I don't know, or maybe this is just my wishful thinking, but interesting is, of course, just like any season that we enter, it's always cardinal signs. So Cancer for summer, Libra for autumn, Capricorns for winter, and Aries for spring. This means the 0 degree Aries is a world point. So it's affecting the whole world. So this is, always important to look at this. What might we expect to happen in the world? So this is going to be, larger than light, possibly with this Jupiter. Is there maybe there's more optimism? Jupiter is on because he's in such a good position, and he's sextiling this moon, ruling it. So I do feel that there's maybe some space for optimism. For I will say the nationalist, the patriotic feelings will be highlighted. I think many people will try to defend where they're coming from, and it's going to be very important emotionally. This will, summer seasons are more emotional. The other thing you have Saturn and Neptune just at the beginning of Aries, so they're also on world point, squaring the Sun and Jupiter. So this final square. So we had 3 squares in the last, I think, year or so. There was one in August last year, the first time, then for Christmas, and now is the 3rd square between Jupiter and Saturn. And but they are now in different signs, and they're world points. I think it's going to be like a grand finale that we're going to feel what's going to happen, right? So it's going to be planetary importance this season. I think it's going to be this summer will some major things will happen that will have impact for us on Earth for a long time. Venus is here, or is also in Taurus. She likes being in Taurus at 15 degrees fixed sign. That's also a world point. So world points are not just 0 degrees Aries. Let me have my notes. I never know by heart, but I know that's 15 degrees fixed signs and 22, I think, degrees of, so there's 0 degrees cardinal signs, 15 degrees of fixed signs, 22 and a half of cardinal, and 7 and a half of immutable signs. So those are all world points. Okay, so think about that in the future. I think that, as I mentioned, there's going to be a lot of things about self-care, spending time with loved ones. I also mentioned that because there is this connection with Jupiter. Jupiter is also about wisdom, especially coming from our experience. So this is the experience of our ancestors. Is there something we can learn from them and take with us in the future? What are the things that we actually care about enough to take with us as well? Is everything that was before, was it good or not? That's an interesting thing. Saturn squaring Jupiter. I mentioned this, I think, in my previous videos as well. I always think about what Rick Levine said. You have Jupiter with the balloon, and he's blowing, you blow a balloon, and then Saturn just comes and he says, that's enough. If you go one step forward, you're going to pop, right? So Saturn is actually helping us to be more grounded, more realistic, 1 foot on the earth, so we don't go over the top and we don't expand each other as well. Another nice thing that is happening here is that we have Moon and Mars trine in Earth very grounded, very practical. Mars in Virgo is very keen on looking at the details, is very good on also being of service to others. So is this something that we maybe might experience this season, that we might be more of service to others, or we can maybe receive some help from others? And the Mars is also sextiling this Sun and Jupiter. So yes, there are some restrictions coming. Yes, there may be some delusions or things that are not going to be clear, but there is a hidden support. Hidden, I mean, because there are sextiles. So that means that we need to put some effort from the Moon and Mars. And Mars in Virgo. So when you think about Virgo, the first thing that always comes to my mind is about healing, serving, helping, analyzing everything. But we could also use discernment here. That's what I feel with this Mars. I think we can use discernment here to understand what things need to be taken seriously, what things are not going to be taken seriously. Yeah, I kind of like this. Yes, there's an inconjunct between Virgo and Aries. So I mean quincunx. I think it's quincunx. Between Saturn and Neptune and Mars. So they always kind of tell us about some kind of adjustment. Also, there's another one to Pluto. Okay, so there's like a Sun with Pluto and Mars with Jupiter, with Saturn and Neptune. So they're going to be need some adjustments. Quincunxes are usually energies of irritation. I know Steve Jobs always said, and I always remember that it's like a scratch. It's like a itch you cannot scratch. So think about that. Something is bothering you. Or Rick Levine says it's a blind spot. Like you can't see it. You feel. You have to kind of do something. So there's like some kind of adjustment that we need to do in order to succeed. Is it going to be obvious? Probably not. And that's the tricky part. It's probably not going to be obvious, but there's a lot of. It's very potent entrance. Okay, very potent entrance. We can, as with any other energy in the sky, we can always use it for better or for worse, right? And if we just show more kindness to each other, more nurturing for ourselves and others, I think we can benefit long term, and we can have this summer as a more positive. Yes, a lot of war energy, a lot of Mars is not that happy in Virgo, to be honest, because it's he wants to do things fast, and Virgos take time. They're very good at preparing, strategizing, is analyzing before they act. Making a list. A lot of time spent on preparation. Mars wants to do things quickly. So there is maybe an opportunity for us, if we prepare properly in everything that we do, that we come with less casualties. Maybe that's another thing. Lots of astrologers these days talk about this Neptune and Saturn in Aries. What does it mean? What does it mean? They're not still together. They're going to be very close this summer, and then they're gonna actually meet next February and start a new cycle next February. But what does that mean? It's such a confusing energy, right? Saturn is about slow, Aries is about fast. Neptune is about dreaming and flying away, and Aries is about running and fast. So there's some kind of like a paradox in these energies. But what can we learn? I feel that this is a test of our courage, number one. And are we brave enough to be who we are? Are we brave enough to fight for our dreams, fight for who we are and where we're coming from with this Cancerian energy? Yes, that's what I kind of feel for this. Saturn is a teacher. And when you have a teacher, you probably have tests. So that's why Saturn often tests us, tests our patience. That's number one. And he's going to be very impatient in Aries, right? He's not comfortable, right? Aries really wants to do things fast, now, quick, without thinking. And, it can backfire at us as well. Okay, so oh, and I want to mention this. Yeah, so the quincunx between Pluto and Sun as well. So Pluto in Aquarius, we already kind of sense it. There's um, a lot of people who are not happy the way in communities they live. They want to change it and transform it and make some uh, reforms within societies and communities, and it's about the equal rights and human rights and everything, right? And I think this summer, it will also be a hot topic, with a lot of adjustment, not being able to resolve those issues as we would like. So this is still not going to be the end of that this summer for sure. That's how I feel. Okay, I wanted to mention something else. So, what is happening in these 3 months that is going to be highly significant? Uh, and this is just the flavor of it. So, the whole flavor of the summer, I feel there's a positive spin on it. It just requires some action on our parts. And if we know that we are being tested, that our courage is being tested and our authenticity is being tested, then we know what to do to pass the test. Okay, we just need to be ourselves, be a little bit more patient, but not give up. Saturn always at the end rewards those who are persistent and determined. A lot of Taurian energy as well for this entrance. So there is a sense of groundness, and giving that Aries energy a little bit of, okay, slow down, we can do this. So I think lots of things will happen and lots of things will be initiating this summer that will see the impact in the long run. A lot of things are going to be emotionally motivated with our emotions, or sense of security and safety. So that's going to be the motivation for us, definitely. Yes, we're going to maybe want to do things fast. It's going to be some things that we can, but there's a lot of earth energy. If I show you this, if this works now, okay, it works probably. Okay, see, there's a lot of earth, a lot of fixed and cardinal and earth energy. So fixed earth is Taurus energy, and cardinal earth is Capricorn energy, just in general. There's nothing in Capricorn here, but in general. So that means that we need to think long term, and we need to be kind of realistic and keep one foot on the ground. There's no air at this ingress. So the whole summer, I think we might feel that we are not ready to see the other side or the other point of view. Maybe we won't be so open to the other perspectives, and maybe we're going to be really stuck in what we think, what we feel, more led by our feelings, not by our thoughts. So that's going to be also a thing, I feel. Mercury is also in Cancer during this time. So he's motivated. He's definitely, it's about emotional intelligence, but it's also motivated to speak up or to learn or to say something based on the environment, and if he feels safe or if it's in a good mood, right? So that's going to be a thing, definitely this summer. So what else is happening after the ingress? So of course, there's some beautiful things that I'm gonna just highlight some of the dates that I think are gonna be better and some that are not gonna be so good. I might later put them in the description. Just maybe not right now, but maybe tonight. So as I mentioned, the ingress is on the 20th, and it actually has this positive spin, although there is a square to Saturn and Neptune coming up in a couple of days later. But the Sun and Jupiter will exactly meet on the 24th of June. That's always a great day, especially with Jupiter being in Cancer now. They are starting a new cycle, 1-year cycle, which gives me hope and optimism. I mentioned all these sextiles, all these trines. Yeah, so I think it's good. Oh, Mercury will enter Leo on 26th of June as well. So we have Sun meeting Jupiter the 24th, 26th of June. Mercury goes into Leo. He's going to trine this Saturn and Neptune right away. So we're going to be definitely more expressive. You will notice that. We're going to talk more. We want to feel like we want to say a lot of things fast, quick, and a lot of greatness is there as well. Mercury in Leo is a motivator and inspire. It's like a TED talker, a very inspirational speaking, motivation. So we're going to feel more motivated to express ourselves, definitely. During the month of July, actually, I didn't take a look of this before, so I'm just looking at it now. I feel there's an optimistic beginning of the month. Nothing major actually is happening. I love July. The only tricky thing that I feel that it's going to be end of July for this season, on the 25th of July, when Sun opposes Pluto. So it's going to be hard couple of days before and after, especially in Leo and Aquarius. Is going to be all about how to shine within the community and vice versa. Are we recognized by the community we live in? Of course, major topic this summer will be Uranus entering Gemini. So after 7 years being in Taurus, he's going to enter Gemini on July 7th. He's going to go back in Taurus for a while, but then he's going to spend next 7 years in Gemini, 7.5. And that's going to be beautiful. Just before that, we're going to have Venus entering Gemini on the 4th of July. That's why this July is going to be nice, because it's going to be a lot of sextiles between Aries and Gemini energy, between Leo and Gemini, and when Sun enters Leo as well. But yeah, a lot of beginning of, I think it's going to be a positive spin. I think then Uranus is going to trine Pluto, and they're going to trine the next 2 or 3 years, I think 10 times. So there's like a lot of, there's going to be like those little trines, and Ortley calls them a talent trine. So when you have two sextiles, so you have one big, you have one big trine between planets, and then they have sextiles. So for example, this. You can see there's going to be Pluto, Uranus trine, and they're going to both sextile Saturn and Neptune. So it's a small mini trine, and it's called a talent trine. Okay, so we're going to see a lot of them in the next few years. So there are opportunities. Okay, positive opportunities, positive spins of everything. Okay, August. Let's see what's happening in August. I didn't look at this before, so I have no idea what's happening. I'm just quickly looking at it. There's going to have a first Neptune Uranus sextile end of August. That's going to be beautiful. So imagine your imagination, everything that Neptune represents, your spirituality, your artistic expression, and in Aries, Neptune wants to do things for like a new things. He wants to experience new ways of exploring, the unexplainable, the connection with the divinity. And with this Uranus in Gemini is giving brand new ideas. So I think this is going to be a beautiful blend of, I think we're going to see a lot of innovations in transportation, in technology with this, because I think the people are going to think outside of the box, absolutely, and create things that we didn't see before. So watch out for that. That's just mine. Yes, Sun will square Uranus, but that's nothing major. So I'm looking about this outer planets. What are they doing? Yeah. So as I mentioned, Jupiter. I think this whole summer, it's starting like this, but it's going to have a lot of sextiles and a lot of opportunities for us to move forward in a more positive and more optimistic way, especially on our personal level. Okay, on the mundane level, there's going to be still a lot of fighting, I feel, but there's going to be a shift, and then we're going to just we're going to have to the world is also going to need it's going to change inevitably, okay, but let's focus on what can we do. What can we do as individuals? How can we, what is the best approach for this summer? Of course, spend time with your loved ones, have some fun. Leo season is always about entertainment and having fun, and there's a lot of opportunities for you to grow if you want to do something creative, something innovative, something different. I think whoever is courageous, he will be rewarded at the end. So I, being, don't do not, with Saturn in Aries, we can doubt ourselves a lot. Okay, so that's the doubt will maybe, put us down. Okay, let's just take another quick look. I didn't prepare this properly, but let's try it. I didn't plan to talk about it, but let's just see this. So these are the trans-Neptunians. I want to see if any of them, I don't know, something is wrong with my solar fires. Doesn't work properly. That doesn't matter. So we have everything this on the world point. It's a hugely important summer on the world stage. On the same axis, we also have Venus, and this is Poseidon, and he's always putting light on things. This little guy here, it's in a trans-Neptunian. It's a calculated. It's not a real planet. It's a calculated position in the sky, used by a cosmobiologist or Uranian astrologers. And I did finish the course. I didn't kind of understand the energies, but I don't use them every day. So yeah, so this is Poseidon. He has a nature of Neptune or Pisces as well. Yeah. So it's about our dreams and visions and being clear about them. Again, this is, I think she's just highlighting what I already thought about what Neptune is going to do. This Poseidon is just making it even bigger. Let me see if I can do 23 and a half. I don't know. Something is wrong with my solar fire today. I lost all the clients' information. I don't know how to retrieve it. As I said, Uranus, Mars coming. Let me do 22 and a half. So I think Mercury is also very nearby on this axis as well. So that means that we definitely will express our feelings and emotions highly. Yeah, so that's it. Mercury is also here. If you look at the Uranian dial. There is some kind of things coming to light, something that we feel they are very close to our heart. Will the patriotism maybe get a new close? You know that story. maybe there's a sense of what does patriotic really means. Maybe this will change, like in a worldwide sense. Maybe we are still stuck to the old regimes and the way the old people thought what it is. Maybe because I'm going to stop sharing. We're such a global community these days. 21st century came with all this technology and everything. We belong to Earth, and we are all humans at the end. And I think maybe this is going to be a new way of looking at things, instead of what country you're coming from, or where you're coming from, or who you are, what you believe in, what is the color of your skin, what is your sexual orientation. Maybe the thing is going to be, look, do you have, we are all made from blood and flesh and skin, and maybe that's just going to be maybe a new way of defining ourselves, that we are earthlings. Maybe that's what is happening here. Maybe not this summer, but maybe it will be seeded this summer. Yes, a new patch of this. But I'm just thanks, Argentum. I'm just thinking about it, because all this telling me that we need to kind of find a new way. The old way is not working anymore. So I think this is definitely. So this summer in general, make an effort. With all these sextiles, make an effort to have a good summer, to be open for the opportunities and not waste them if in any of them come to your lap. Make sure that things I think are going to happen so fast from now on that we won't have time to say, oh, next time. There's no next time. That's how I feel. It's called now or never. And it can be stressful, it can be scary, but it can be also excited and adventurous. And so the way you spin it, that's the way it's going to be. Yes, there's still some things from Saturn that we need to learn, but let's see how it goes. I'm actually very optimistic about the summer. Yes, there are some things. I think that the things after the solstice are gonna be much better. So after this square fades away, we're gonna see much better things. Okay, thank you for listening. This is all that I had today. I hope you found this interesting. And let me know in your comments. Of course, always like the video, share with others. The more you share, we spread the word of astrology out there. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And see you next week. I don't know when, but I'm going to come and talk about the new moon in Cancer, which is beautiful, lovely new moon that we can set intentions. All this that I was talking about for the new moon that it's upcoming, we can actually set intentions to. Yeah, it's going to be. Oh, I didn't mention this. Maybe this is also important to say. The most, I think, the most affected by this summer and solstice are going to actually be cardinal signs and fixed signs. So mutables are going to kind of have it a little bit easier, or maybe not so impromptu. So I think I'm going to maybe get a break. But if you have any placements between late degrees of mutables, 28, 29, to 2 degrees of cardinals, so that's Gemini, Pisces, Sagittarius, and Virgos for mutables, and Cancers, Aries, Capricorns, and Libras for cardinal. If you have anything, this is going to help, and this is going to be affect you more because it's a lot of things happening in these degrees at the same time. Good luck with everything. If you need me, I'm here. Oh, another thing. There's still time to register for my lecture on when Mercury meets Pallas Athena, the art of strategic thinking. This is going to happen this Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. There's a link below. You can register. If you didn't, please download the Moon Phase Planner. A link is below. It can help you navigate through the summer. And also, you can always subscribe to my newsletter if you want to receive monthly forecasts and special discounts for my subscribers for my services. And I think that's it. See you soon. Have a great summer, I hope. And just in the comments, please tell me how is your summer going and what is happening. I'm going to be curious. I'm a Gemini. I'm going to be very curious. Okay. Bye, everybody.